The most profound revolution in luxury is happening not on runways or in boardrooms, but in the quiet recalibration of what true exclusivity actually means in an era of environmental reckoning. For generations, luxury defined itself through rarity of materials, excellence of craftsmanship, and exclusivity of access. Yet a fundamental shift is rewriting these definitions as the world's most discerning consumers recognize that no object, however beautiful, can remain truly luxurious if its creation degrades the planet that future generations will inherit. Sustainability has transitioned from peripheral concern to central prerequisite, not through moral hectoring or regulatory mandate alone, but through the elegant logic that genuine luxury must be regenerative rather than extractive, timeless rather than disposable, and responsible rather than reckless. This transformation represents not a compromise of luxury standards but their ultimate refinement, as the most sophisticated minds in fashion, hospitality, automotive, and beyond realize that sustainability is not constraint but the highest expression of quality, foresight, and true value creation. The psychological evolution of luxury consumers provides the foundation for this seismic shift. 20 years ago, environmental concerns registered as separate from luxury considerations, something virtuous people worried about but not necessarily something that influenced purchasing decisions in premium categories. Today's affluent consumers, particularly those under 50, experience genuine cognitive dissonance when luxury consumption conflicts with environmental values. They recognize the hypocrisy of advocating climate action while flying private jets unnecessarily, of supporting conservation while purchasing products created through habitat destruction, of claiming sophistication while participating in wasteful excess. This internal conflict creates powerful demand for luxury that aligns consumption with conscience, making sustainability not a marketing angle but a psychological necessity for maintaining self-respect among the educated elite. The redefinition of exclusivity itself drives sustainability's emergence as luxury standard. In previous eras, rarity derived from limited supply of precious materials, exotic animal skins, rare gemstones, and difficult-to-source components that demonstrated wealth through their acquisition. Contemporary exclusivity increasingly derives from different sources, from the rarity of brands willing to prioritize planet over profit, from the scarcity of products created without exploitation, from the difficulty of achieving true circularity in production systems designed for linear extraction. Owning something sustainably produced becomes more exclusive than owning something merely expensive, because genuine sustainability remains genuinely difficult to achieve, requiring commitment, innovation, and sacrifice that most brands cannot or will not undertake. This inverts traditional luxury logic in fascinating ways, making restraint more impressive than excess. The transparency revolution in luxury markets accelerates sustainability's necessity by making hidden practices visible to informed consumers. Social media, investigative journalism, and supply chain tracking technologies have demolished the opacity that previously allowed luxury brands to maintain pristine images while engaging questionable practices behind closed doors. Today's consumers can trace leather sources, investigate factory conditions, analyze carbon footprints, and expose greenwashing with unprecedented precision. This transparency creates accountability pressure that makes sustainability not optional but essential for reputation preservation. Luxury brands built over decades can see their carefully cultivated images destroyed in days by revelations of environmental destruction or labor exploitation, making genuine sustainability the only viable long-term strategy. If these insights into luxury's sustainable transformation resonate with your values, consider subscribing to Lux Eternal and activating the notification bell to support our exploration of how true elegance embraces responsibility. The material innovation dimension reveals sustainability driving creativity rather than limiting it. Stella McCartney pioneered luxury alternatives to animal products, developing mushroom leather, recycled polyester, and regenerated cashmere that match or exceed traditional materials in performance while eliminating ethical concerns. These innovations required substantial research investment and willingness to challenge industry orthodoxy, yet they position her brand as visionary rather than compromised. Similarly, brands developing lab-grown diamonds, cultivated silk, and bioengineered fabrics demonstrate that sustainability constraints spark innovation that expands luxury possibilities rather than restricting them. The future of luxury materials lies not in depleting finite natural resources but in human ingenuity creating abundance through regenerative systems. The craftsmanship argument for sustainability connects traditional artisanal values with contemporary environmental consciousness. True craftsmanship always implied durability, repairability, and longevity, values perfectly aligned with sustainability principles. A Hermès bag designed to last generations, maintained through brand repair services, represents sustainability through excellence, reducing environmental impact by eliminating replacement need. This connection allows heritage luxury brands to position their traditional practices as environmentally virtuous without fundamental business model changes, simply by emphasizing aspects they always valued. The narrative shifts from justifying high prices through exclusivity alone to justifying them through environmental responsibility inherent in quality construction. The circular economy emergence in luxury creates new business models that enhance rather than diminish brand prestige. Patek Philippe, Rolex, and other watchmakers have always maintained robust secondary markets and repair services, creating de facto circular systems where timepieces pass through multiple owners across generations. Forward-thinking luxury brands now intentionally design for circularity, creating take-back programs, resale platforms, and refurbishment services that keep products in use indefinitely. This approach transforms single transactions into ongoing relationships while reducing environmental impact through extended product life cycles. Far from cannibalizing new sales, these programs strengthen brand loyalty and attract sustainability-conscious consumers who might otherwise avoid luxury purchases entirely. The experiential luxury shift reduces material consumption while maintaining or increasing revenue and customer satisfaction. Luxury hotels invest in renewable energy, eliminate single-use plastics, source local organic food, and create immersive nature experiences that connect guests with environmental beauty worth protecting. These sustainable practices enhance rather than compromise the luxury experience, as discerning travelers increasingly value authentic connection with place over generic opulence. Similarly, luxury hospitality groups discover that sustainability investments generate positive press, customer loyalty, and operational savings that justify initial costs while differentiating their offerings in crowded markets. The generational wealth transfer accelerates sustainability's luxury integration as younger inheritors demand alignment between values and consumption. Millennials and Generation Z receiving or creating substantial wealth grew up with climate awareness as fundamental context, making environmental considerations non-negotiable rather than optional. These consumers actively seek luxury brands demonstrating genuine sustainability commitment, rewarding those efforts with loyalty while punishing greenwashing with public criticism and boycotts. This generational shift creates existential pressure on legacy luxury brands to evolve or risk irrelevance as customer demographics transform over coming decades. The regulatory environment worldwide increasingly mandates sustainability through extended producer responsibility, carbon pricing, and materials restrictions that make environmental considerations unavoidable business realities. European Union regulations require detailed environmental disclosures, ban certain harmful chemicals, and impose penalties for excessive waste generation, making sustainability compliance necessary for market access. Rather than viewing regulations as burdens, leading luxury brands embrace them as competitive advantages, investing ahead of requirements to position themselves as industry leaders while smaller competitors struggle with compliance costs. This regulatory pressure ensures sustainability becomes baseline expectation rather than differentiating feature over time. The investment community recognition that environmental, social, and governance factors predict long-term performance channels capital toward sustainable luxury brands while starving unsustainable competitors. Major investment funds increasingly screen for sustainability metrics, recognizing that brands ignoring environmental issues face growing risks from regulation, reputation damage, and resource scarcity. This financial pressure reinforces consumer demand, creating pincer movement that makes sustainability essential for accessing both customers and capital. Luxury groups that demonstrate genuine sustainability commitment see valuation premiums, while those lagging face discount penalties that impact everything from borrowing costs to acquisition valuations. The storytelling power of sustainability provides luxury brands with rich narratives that engage consumers emotionally and intellectually. A cashmere sweater becomes more desirable when accompanied by stories of regenerative grazing practices restoring Mongolian grasslands, of fair wages allowing herders to maintain traditional lifestyles, of carbon-neutral production facilities powered by renewable energy. These narratives satisfy sophisticated consumers' desire for meaning beyond mere material acquisition, transforming purchases into participatory acts in larger positive movements. Sustainability stories also provide endless content for digital marketing, creating authentic connections with audiences increasingly skeptical of traditional luxury messaging. The supply chain resilience argument positions sustainability as risk management rather than purely ethical concern. Climate change creates tangible threats to luxury supply chains, from cashmere quality declining as Mongolian grasslands degrade, to cotton yields varying wildly due to weather extremes, to coral reef destruction eliminating pearl sources. Brands investing in sustainable supply chains build resilience against these disruptions while competitors face increasing volatility and cost pressure. This practical consideration appeals even to those unconvinced by environmental arguments, making sustainability sound business strategy independent of ethical considerations. The authentication and provenance technology enables sustainability claims verification while combating counterfeiting. Blockchain tracking, DNA markers, and digital twins allow consumers to verify that diamonds are conflict-free, that leather comes from certified sustainable sources, that garments were produced in ethical factories. These technologies solve luxury's long-standing authentication challenges while simultaneously enabling sustainability verification, creating synergies that benefit brands, consumers, and environments. The same systems that prove authenticity prove sustainability, making them doubly valuable investments. The collaboration imperative in sustainability creates unusual industry cooperation that advances entire sectors. Luxury brands traditionally guard proprietary information jealously yet increasingly share sustainability innovations, recognizing that collective action solves environmental challenges more effectively than individual efforts. Industry consortiums develop shared standards, pool research investments, and advocate jointly for regulatory frameworks that level playing fields while advancing sustainability. This collaboration elevates entire luxury sectors rather than individual brands alone, making sustainability rising tide that lifts all boats willing to participate. The employee attraction and retention dimensions make sustainability crucial for accessing top talent. Skilled artisans, creative directors, and business leaders increasingly choose employers based partly on environmental commitments, particularly among younger professionals with employment options. Luxury brands demonstrating genuine sustainability leadership attract better talent, reduce turnover, and build organizational cultures that reinforce values through every level. This human capital advantage compounds over time as sustainability leaders build institutional knowledge while competitors face brain drain. The long-term value preservation argument positions sustainability as wealth management strategy for luxury products as investments. Art collectors, watch enthusiasts, and classic car owners recognize that provenance and ethical sourcing increasingly impact resale values and future liquidity. Items with questionable sustainability credentials face growing market resistance while those with impeccable provenance command premiums. This investment logic makes sustainability consideration essential for anyone viewing luxury purchases as stores of value rather than purely consumable goods. The philosophical maturity of luxury itself drives sustainability integration as the industry evolves beyond adolescent excess toward adult responsibility. True luxury always implied discernment, restraint, and considered choice rather than mindless accumulation. Sustainability represents luxury's maturation into forms compatible with planetary boundaries and intergenerational justice, maintaining excellence and beauty while acknowledging responsibilities that come with privilege and resources. This evolution does not diminish luxury but perfects it, creating forms of consumption that sophisticated minds can embrace without reservation or guilt. The ultimate recognition that sustainability is luxury's future, not its constraint, transforms industry conversations from whether to embrace environmental responsibility to how quickly and completely to do so, making this transformation not temporary trend but permanent recalibration of what luxury means in the 21st century and beyond. In this new era, the most exclusive luxury of all becomes the freedom to consume with clear conscience, knowing that your choices contribute to planetary flourishing rather than degradation, that your definition of beauty includes future generations' ability to experience the natural world in all its wonder, and that true elegance always requires harmony between human desires and ecological realities.